Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily, where with 2021 nearly upon us, we have decided to predict 10 things that will almost definitely happen. Let's get into it. 10. Griezmann is Messi's heir. Having written Antoine Griezmann off as a complete flop in 2019-20, after 15 goals in 48 games following his €120 million move, something remarkable has happened recently. The Frenchman has been fantastic. Whilst it took a visibly unhappy Griezmann until the 31st of October and his 8th game to contribute his first goal, recently he has taken off, with 3 goals and an assist in his last 7 matches at the time of writing. This renewed form has seen his minutes per league goal contribution drop from 197 in 19-20 to 172 this term, far better than Messi's 207. Griezmann's renewed confidence is there for all to see, not least in the impotent flick finish against Ferencváros and the gorgeous volley against Osasuna in late November. With his expected goals per 90 jumping to 0.53, his best tally of the last 7 years, Griezmann is finally showing that if Messi is to leave next summer, he might finally be ready to step into his enormous shoes. 9. Napoli will win the Europa League. With clubs of the calibre of Spurs, Arsenal, Roma, Bayer Leverkusen and Man United in the competition, this might seem like a bold shout. But we are backing Gennaro Gattuso's Napoli to end their 32-year wait for European silverware next May. Not only have they recovered from a 1-0 defeat to AZ in the opening game to top a group also containing high-flying Real Sociedad, but they've been very solid in Serie A, reflected in their 4th place position at the time of writing. No side in Europe can top their 17.7 shots a game with 6.5 on target, and their shot differential, the gap between their shots and shots conceded of 9.3, dwarfs Bayern Munich's 3.7. With wins over Juventus, Roma, Inter, Lazio and Liverpool, not to mention a Coppa Italia triumph since the start of 2019-20, Napoli are used to performing under pressure. 32 years ago, Diego Maradona inspired them to UEFA Cup glory. How fitting if the partner pay were to win it in the season of his passing. 8. Wout Weghorst to the Premier League. This is a bit more specific, but we have a feeling it won't be long before Joe Tomlinson favourite Wout Weghorst moves to the Premier League. The 6'6" Dutchman has netted 11 goals in 15 League and Europa League games this campaign, helping propel Wolfsburg into Champions League contention. And unsurprisingly for a man who has averaged over 16 league goals for the last 5 completed campaigns, his stats look excellent. 3 shots per 90 might not sound exceptional, but 2.5 of them come from inside the penalty area, 1 more than Harry Kane. Not only that, but he manages to get 56% of his efforts on target, a full 12% more than Robert Lewandowski. Currently averaging 0.77 expected goals per 90, the same as Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and valued at just £27 million, we can't think of a better value signing for a Premier League club this summer. West Ham might have had their fingers burnt the last time they shopped in Germany, but Weghorst is definitely worth a shot. 7. Portugal will win the Euros. Going into this summer's delayed European Championships, we are sure the favourites will without doubt be France, followed by most likely Belgium and Spain, but our advice, don't sleep on Portugal. Still under the tutelage of Fernando Santos, who will lead our Seleção into his 3rd tournament next summer as defending champions, we wouldn't bet against them springing another surprise. Whilst they may have been knocked out in the last 16 stage in Russia, they have only lost 1 of their last 8 games, against world champions France, with draws against Le Bleu, Spain and a whopping 4-1 win over Croatia in that time. Where previously they didn't have the defensive personnel to match their attacking flair, their back 5 now consists of Cancelo, Diaz, Pepe, Guerrero and Rui Patricio. Add the star power of Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, João Felix, Bernardo Silva, Diogo Jota and Trincao, and it's clear Santos' side will be a match for anyone next summer. 6. Gladbach to shock the Champions League. Having tipped Borussia Mönchengladbach as Champions League dark horses on Continental Club back in October, we are feeling pretty smug right now. In their first campaign back in the big time since 2016-17, not many people gave them much hope when they were drawn in a group containing 13-time champions Real Madrid and Antonio Conte's Inter Milan. But after conceding late equalisers in each of their first 2 games, 2 wins against Shakhtar Donetsk in which they scored 10 goals put them on the brink of qualification for the knockouts, which they secured despite a 2-0 defeat in Madrid. Averaging the same shots per 90 as Liverpool in the Champions League, Gladbach have surprised the world with their performances thus far. And in Alisson Player, provider of 8 goal contributions already, and Marcus Thuram, they have the necessary firepower to shock some of the big boys. Throw in 32-year-old Lars Stindl, currently averaging 5.4 shot creating actions per 90 and a goal contribution every 75 minutes, and Gladbach are definitely worth a watch. With Man City struggling for form, a quarter-final place isn't outside the realms of possibility. And from there, who knows? 5. Valencia will be relegated. Valencia might currently be 12th in La Liga and seemingly safe, but they are just 3 points clear of 18th place Levante at the time of writing, and their position definitely flatters them thus far. After a car crash of a summer in which they sold £67 million worth of talent and their owner went to war with their own fan base, things, at least on paper, don't look too bad. New manager Harry Kane inflicted Real Sociedad's first defeat of the season and beat Real Madrid 4-1. But their statistics suggest these were anomalies. Having sold 3 central midfielders, their defence lacks protection, and they are currently conceding 15.2 shots a game, the third worst record in Europe behind Newcastle and West Brom. They might have scored 19 goals, the 5th best record in La Liga, but 5 of those were penalties. And they have scored over 4 goals more than XG predicts, the 6th biggest overperformance in Europe. With the club still needing to slash their wage bill by 40% this January, Harry Kane reportedly considering his position, and an unpredictable owner, we can see this all ending in disaster next June. 4. 2 English semi-finalists. This prediction might seem a little bold, with Man United having crashed out in the groups for the first time in 4 years, but we firmly believe 2 English sides will reach the Champions League semi-finals. Traditional heavyweights Barcelona and Real Madrid have already lost 7 league games between them, Juventus have slipped 4 points behind leaders AC Milan, and PSG have lost more games this year than they did in the entirety of 2019-20. Even treble winners Bayern Munich are letting in 1.5 goals per game in the Bundesliga, and have conceded 1 more goal than 9th place Augsburg at the time of writing. The English sides in comparison look in pretty good nick. Man City went unbeaten through the groups, conceding just 1 goal, whilst Chelsea and Liverpool were the only other sides to concede fewer than 4. Frank Lampard's side have just come off a 17-match unbeaten run, in which they averaged 2.5 goals per game, whilst Liverpool have only lost 5 of the 23 European knockout games they have played under Klopp. Things are looking pretty good for just a second English winner in 9 attempts. 3. Harry Kane top 3 Ballon D'Or. The best Harry Kane has ever done in the Ballon d'Or is a 10th place finish he secured in 2018. Having scored a ridiculous 41 goals in 48 games across the 2017-18 season, and backing that up with a World Cup Golden Boot, we feel his position was a little low. But this year we believe Spurs' finest has a very good chance of finishing much higher than that. With Lionel Messi having a mediocre season by his magnificent standards, and a young Juventus side unlikely to make massive inroads in the Champions League, we feel that Kane is in the perfect position to rival Mbappe, Neymar and Lewandowski for football's biggest prize. After all, he already has 19 goal contributions in 13 league games, the best record in Europe at the time of writing, alongside Robert Lewandowski. Whilst expected goals suggest that tally should be closer to 12, that is still a remarkable return considering Spurs have already played Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool this season. If Kane can lead Spurs to glory in the Europa League and challenge deep into next year in the Prem, we can't see any reason why the 27-year-old can't finish on the podium. 2. Mbappe to join Real Madrid. Despite PSG sporting director Leonardo revealing at the beginning of December that the club were in talks with star player Kylian Mbappe over extending his contract, saying, "We want to discuss and he also wants to discuss," we believe there is a very good chance the 21-year-old would leave for Real Madrid next summer. The former Monaco man has made no secret of his desire to try something new, saying in 2019 he was open to a new project and has often talked of his love for Zidane and Los Blancos. While it took Mbappe until matchday 6 to net his first Champions League goal, he still has contributed a ridiculous 13 goals and 7 assists in 16 League and Champions League games. Having already lost 3 league games and only just scraped out of their Champions League group after making a net profit of €95 million last summer, Real Madrid desperately need Mbappe. As long as they finish in the top 4, we can see this happening. 1. Antonio Conte will lose his job. Just a few months ago, we, along with most of the football community, were predicting that Inter Milan will win their first Serie A title in 11 years this campaign. The reasoning was pretty sound. The Nerazzurri had finished just 1 point behind Juventus in 2019-20, with their first 80-point campaign since Mourinho's treble winners, and the Bianconeri were under a brand new manager. But so far, it hasn't gone to plan. While their league form hasn't been a total disaster with just 1 defeat in their opening 12 games and 30 goals scored, the best record in Italy, their Champions League campaign was a complete flop, winning just 1 of their 6 games to finish bottom of the group. This continued Conte's atrocious Champions League record. Since the summer of 2013, he has spent €530 million in the windows preceding the group stage, but been eliminated at that stage 3 out of 4 times. Rated as the 5th best side in Italy according to expected points, a title win seems like a tall order. If it doesn't materialise, we can see the notoriously volatile Italian walking out or being given the chop. So guys, that was our 10 predictions for 2021. What did you guys think of the list? Do you see any of these actually happening? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, why not click on screen right now and watch our latest EFD explained on the PSG project. I'm sure it's a banging video. And as ever, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.